Hello, everyone. Welcome to EduTap. People who constantly try to improve themselves are the most inspiring. After taking the courageous step to quit SBI and pursue her dream of becoming an RBI Grade B officer, Miss Abinaya had a single minded focus, and with determination and strength, she achieved it. Welcome, Miss Abinaya. I am so delighted to have you with us. Many congratulations on your wonderful achievement. How are you feeling?
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you for the introduction, and I'm feeling good. Thank you. How are you feeling? How are
I'm
you
great.
feeling? Yeah.
I'm doing really well. I got to speak with you a few times earlier, and you've been one of the most inspiring aspirants that I've ever come across, who have had very little doubt in their mind about what they wanted to pursue, and you've achieved it very beautifully. So your approach to this exam and how quickly you improved yourself is truly remarkable. I know all about it, and I want all our students to know all about it. So let's just get started with a few questions. Firstly, how has it been from being an engineer to getting into banking and getting into the most prestigious banking organization and then walking away from it to get on the regulatory side of it? So, what's this journey been like, and how did you come about this?
Engineering, like, it is not a big thing to say because my father asked me to pursue engineering. I said okay, and I pursued it. That's it. There is no backstory behind it.
Right,
And after engineering in the seventh semester, I guess I just had a question in my mind: what I'm going to do after this? I know I'm not a person whose engineering is not my cup of tea. I understood that. So okay, then what I'm going to do? Then
right,
I quickly found out that I'm interested in banking and finance. Okay,
right,
let's take that and let's pursue it. Then I started coaching in Chennai and
right.
then into SBI. After SBI, I had an idea that the way banking is that can be improved a little bit more.
Yes,
So more customer friendly and I could say the products that we use, it should reach to the end user with more information and more knowledge. More knowledge. So I thought, okay, let's prepare for RBI. I prepared for RBI being in SBI, but due to audits and transfers, I couldn't devote proper time for preparation. Hence, there was a point in my career that I was 26 when I left SBI, and there was a point that either I should prepare for RBI or I'm going to be here in the same time because I'm not getting enough time. So I thought, okay, let's resign from SBI and let's pursue RBI. And this February 2023, I resigned from SBI and now into RBI. That's the journey.
that's quite a roller coaster, I must say, from your academic disciplines to getting into the most prestigious jobs and then walking away. This inspiration of you intending to have this desire to serve the end customer, something you would have experienced firsthand. This is truly remarkable. A lot of the aspirants who come from a fresher background aren't able to see that side of it, the public sector banks and how they are operating and how you can better them. That beautiful insight on hand, which for you comes from hands-on experience, is truly remarkable, and I'm sure you will do brilliantly because you have this little extra inspiration in you, and I wish you all the best for that journey. But before that, let me quickly ask you, how did it feel to quit SBI? What were the glaring eyes on you? How did you handle the uncertainty, or what did you feel about quitting SBI and then preparing for this exam?
That was a well thought decision. That was a
Mm,
very conscious decision. I thought for 3 months whether to quit or what to do about life, and so then I took a decision. Okay, let's resign SBI and let's prepare for RBI. Let's see whatever happens. Let's face it out. I always believe whatever we input, whatever the efforts we put, it obviously has a result. So I trusted that, and I just went on that way. And when speaking to my parents, first they were not okay with it because who will say, okay, you resign and you study? No one. So the same has happened with my family too. And then I convinced them. And at certain point, they too said, okay, if you're not happy with what you're doing and you want to pursue your dreams, okay, go, we'll support you. That's it. And that was the toughest and the boldest decision that I took in my life so far, I would say.
certainly, but and it is beautiful that it worked out so well, and in your first real attempt at trying to achieve this. So very many congratulations on that. I also remember you telling me that once you did take that decision, you were at it. I remember you telling me how you shifted in one day and the next very day you were. Tell us something about that.
Actually, from I resigned from SBI on February 16, 2023. I
Yes.
was in Andhra Pradesh.
Right.
And my hometown is Tamil Nadu. So one day I
Yes.
took for travel. That is February 17th. And from February 18, I started my ride. That's it. And only after completion of my mains exam, I stopped it. So the way was, I know I was very clear because there were many aspirants who wanted to resign from bank PO and to pursue their dreams. But
Yes.
because of all the uncertainties behind them, because of the fears that they have towards life, many are stepping back.
Right.
So that was in my mind, and the only thing that was in my mind was I have to be very responsible because
Yes.
I'm devoting that community to resign from a prestigious job and to prepare for another job. So I belong to that community and I should be very responsible. No one should take me as an example and should be afraid and take a step back. Everybody
Right.
should feel okay. If she has done, I can do it.
Yes.
So I wanted to be that kind of good example for people who wanted to resign and pursue their career. And regarding study time, I was consistent enough, and I always planned to study some 9 to 10 hours per day. But at least some 7 to 8 hours, I'll do it.
Achieving that
Regarding
Achieving that on a consistent basis is not everyone's cup of tea. And while you have absolutely inspired a lot of students, I would also urge them to then listen to your intensive schedule and how you basically ran a sprint type of a marathon over the next few months to be able to get to where you are, and that is what actually probably helped you achieve this. So it wasn't merely an intent, but the actions on that intent that you've done very beautifully. So I'm very, very glad that your family trusted you with this decision. Certainly, I mean, it was a bold decision and it worked out well. So who all are part of your family?
me, my younger sister, my mother, and my father, we are four. And actually, this decision of resigning from SBI, nobody knows other than four and few of my friends. Because when we say this decision to others, not everybody will receive it in a granted way. They would say, "No, this is a big job. Why your daughter is leaving this?" Even there is nothing wrong about them saying that way because they don't know what is the exact situation that is going on over there. So my mother took this decision not to share this with other people because they would say their opinion and we would feel somewhat bad about the decision or what is going on in our life. So let it be the same. After the once the results has declared, we'll say it to other relatives as well. So only we four know and few of my friends. Other than that, no one knows about this decision and they're very supportive
Now
from
the
the
world
starting.
knows. After this the world knows. So it is much a happy ending thereafter. So tell me about your routine. I've heard all about it and the way you approached your daily schedule, and then we'll take up certain tips that you had, which I think are mind blowing for anybody to approach. So tell us about your routine.
Morning, I would always try to get up between 6:30 to 7, and 7 to 10 o'clock is my first schedule. That is for 3 hours, and then from 11:30 to 2 or 2:30, and then after lunch 3:30 to 5:30. Then again 6 to 8:30 or 9. So this is the schedule that I have planned. But there will be some minus hours in between days too. But I would mostly stick to at least 7 to 8 hours per day because. Whatever we be consistent with what you are doing, even it is slow, even if you're moving like a tortoise, that is fine, just move, that's it. Then you'll probably be ahead of many people.
That is very true. That's ancient wisdom coming to life in the way you've approached this. Perfect. So, what was your process of studying? How did you go about covering a topic? I think that is very interesting. So, yeah.
So for me, yeah, sitting and studying for 8 hours is a very big task for me. It's like a
Hmm.
rocket science for me. So
Hmm.
what I used to do is, I used to like do have 3 or 4 varieties of studying.
Yes.
First, I just sit and study. Second, I'll see a lot of videos where
Yes.
mentors are teaching us, mentors are revising things for us. So that will be very easy for me to retain. And third, I'll use my board to write and to notice things or to revise things easier. So merely just sitting on one style of reading is not suitable for me. So I used to do various of studying, sometimes using group study with my co-peers. And second is this with laptop, sometimes using this PDF format and all. So some different creative things of study makes the path easier for me.
Yes. So you kept
It
things
doesn't,
interesting.
yeah,
Um,
it doesn't make me keep boring. Oh, I have to take this page, I have to turn, I have to read. No, something different way just made the path easier.
yes, it
That's
certainly did. So, whiteboard, you would try to mug up those facts and figures. Was
yes.
that ever troubling?
Facts and figures, yes. Mostly facts and figures. You have to revise it multiple times.
Yes.
That has to be stored in our mind. So whenever I see some facts, I'll write it on the board or I'll write it on the paper somewhere. And at the end of the day or next when I start the day, I'll just revise it once. So it'll be easy for me
Yes.
to revise it again.
Perfect. So, what was your approach? What was your sources for the way you prepared for both phase one and phase two?
For phase one, already as I have banking experience,
Yes.
reasoning, I'm a bit strong in reasoning. Apps, my only aim was to clear the cutoff. That's it, nothing more than that at all. So I concentrated only on DIs and also some quadratic equations. So only these two topics I considered much. The miscellaneous topics, no, that is not my cup of tea, so I didn't touch it. And these two topics, I was very clear that if I clear the cutoff for quants, that is enough for me. I can pull up in reasoning or current affairs or English. That was my motive. English, whatever it comes, the same way. Reasoning, as I have before experience, I'm a bit strong in reasoning. Current affairs, completely my only source was EduTap. So I personally want to thank all the mentors over there, Gurkirat sir and Kaushik sir, everybody, because they made the path easier, kept on revising, running all the marathon sessions. And it was very easy for me to revise because once revising a 100-page bulk PDF is not an easy thing. If I studied 4 days back and again if I take and revise, it will be like, oh, only 50% will be in my mind. 50%, I don't know where it goes.
Yes.
So again, that marathon sessions helped me to make the path very easy.
Yes.
So that thing, and for phase two, same EduTap. For finance and management, completely EduTap.
Okay.
It helped me. And again, for ESI also, ESI is like selected certain topics, some 4 or 5 topics, because I didn't have enough time to cover all the syllabus. So some 5, 6 important topics I selected from the static. And with current affairs, I read, and whatever gets correlated with the static, I used to read that part. That's it. And for English, whatever comes.
Right.
It's,
Brilliant, brilliant. So I can see we've been integral part to your journey, and I'm very, very grateful for your appreciation. And I will definitely convey the same to your specific mentors that you mentioned. Um, Happy to have helped. And but I must say that this is all you. The consistency with which you approach the exam, and then even handle probably some the probably what I could say was the worst or the most challenging phase, which was I think the interview. Tell us something about what happened and how did you approach that scenario?
during interview, I was in the mindset that okay, after result comes, I'll prepare for interview. So please don't do that mistake. If you're very good at main, start preparing for interview. And once the result came, I know I got selected, and I thought okay, let's prepare for interview. I just started the journey very slow, and the dates were out. My interview was on October 20th, so I was like, okay, I have enough time. Let me do it. Suddenly, what happened? Just 15 days before my interview, my dad met with accident, and he had some fractures in the body, and he was admitted in hospital in 5 days. He used to be there in Coimbatore, in Dharmapuri. He's in Coimbatore. And again, my mom, when after discharge, my mom got viral fever, and 1 week interview came. Interview was just the next day. All this has happened just 15 days back. And I didn't get enough time for preparation. And even mentally, I was not completely into study because my father demanded, he needed that human support to feed him and all those things. So my mind was not completely okay. I have to study. 100% concentration was not on the studies. So then it was a tough journey, but all the previous hard work or the previous knowledge that helped me in the interview, that is what I inferred from that.
Right. That
So
is, you've handled this situation so beautifully. And I would like the aspirants to know that everybody has immense challenges whenever they have their own unique situations that arise. It is the way you respond to them and the way you handle yourself in those situations, which is going to eventually matter, whether or not. That translates into a success. So kudos, and I really hope that everybody in your family in this new year is going to be blessed with a lot of um, success, happiness, and health. So I hope everything is all right now and things continue to be that way. All right. So this must come as a relief to both your parents
yes,
now.
yeah,
The
yeah.
circle.
Yes, this is after the result came. All my mother, dad, and my sister were both are in tears. I thought I'll cry once the result comes, but I was laughing, and they three were crying. So it was different, but okay.
Happy ending. Well, that is all that matters.
Yeah.
Right. So, what was your frame of mind when you were dealing with such uncertainties in that time? What was your frame of mind?
It was very tough situation for me, I would say.
Yes.
The thing that was in my mind was I came this far. This one situation shouldn't put my interview down. I should
Yeah.
strive. At least I should read for 2 3 hours in a day. That is okay. I'll reach there. I should read. I should read. That was the mindset that was in me. But again, there were many diversions going down. Relatives were coming to my home often, and everything was
Yes.
going on. But then I have to stick to my path. That's it. And I tried. I tried my best.
Well, your trial eventually led to success, so that clearly shows your best was truly worth it. So, now about after this heavy conversation, let's quickly let me tell people about your brilliant approach to unwinding as well. Can you tell us what you do to unwind and relax?
Yeah, relax. Normally there are many emotional stress when you go through the process. Mostly when you resign from a job and you
Yes,
start this process, it is not that easy. You'll get a lot of emotional traumas. You feel like some days you'll feel down, and that's normal and that's common. So what I used to do is one full high beat Tamil songs, dance as if we are only in the room, and all your stress hormones, everything gets relaxed,
right.
and you'll be normal. That's it.
Perfect. Well,
Nobody can touch you. You'll be in that state.
I honestly am telling you, even I do that on the same songs. So it is quite wonderful to hear that. So it this is what I mean when emotional intelligence is all about how you handle all of these phases, and a lot of the times aspirants are not able to distinguish in their journey what is normal for everyone, because everybody is experiencing that kind of uncertainty and struggle. It just, if you remember that what you are facing is everybody facing, and just deal with it like you did, maybe dance, break out into a dance and just have fun with yourself. So that is truly wonderful, shows how
Anything
deeply
that
you
makes
and
you happy.
huh.
Anything that makes you happy, whatever you can do it. Anything that makes you happy, that's it. Anything
Right.
that makes you up during the situation. When we are down, we are bound to think about all the negativities that is running around us. Why is this is happening? Why that? Why this? Stop everything. Do whatever you like. Automatically, you'll be okay. That's it.
Right. Brilliant. Well, from there, let me ask you, how did you, and let me take this discussion on emotions to something that is more practical, which is exams. And how did you handle any weak points you had? What were your weak points and how did you handle them?
In phase one, quants was my weak point.
Hmm.
So I just wanted to clear the cutoff. Same. What are the two topics which I can pick so that I can clear the cutoff? Only those two, DI and quadratic equations. That
Right.
is how it handled. And for ESI objective was big challenge for me. As management is very new to me, so I have to put my hard work. I have to study. If I study, I get it. So no issue. And for finance, already I had that background of banking. That is okay for me. But for ESI, again, objective that was quite challenging. So I just choose the topics and I studied according to the very known topics or which is very important or there is a high probability of asking these topics. So only those I touched upon. As I had very little time. From February I resigned and July I had my mates. So
Right.
it
That's
was that.
brilliant. What about descriptive though? How did you
Yeah,
handle that?
descriptive. First, I don't didn't have any knowledge about descriptive, how to write, because I'm not a UPSC aspirant, and I didn't have any history related to descriptive way back. So what I did is, in EduTap there is a summary sheet, and for descriptive there is a art of descriptive writing. There is a subheading. So there, mentors has given examples, introduction, and conclusion. I just took these three as my weapon: introduction and all the examples that I had in management, and the conclusion. So if we write proper introduction, conclusion, and the examples, that covers half of your answer. And remaining only half, you have to write it on your own. And
Mm.
that comes with the concept. So management, that is the strategy. And for ESI and finance, whatever you read in the PIB news that is given, whatever you find very interesting, you just take a paper and note it down. So before going to the mains exam, just read it twice or thrice. Whatever that comes to your mind while writing the descriptive answer, try to connect with it and write that examples over there. That's it.
Right. Brilliant. Uh, for these you have given a lot of very very practical tips, I must say, for the aspirants, and this can truly help them, because uh, us as mentors, we are diving to quite into the content, but these are the little tricks for somebody who has to study all of it all at once. The way you've approached it, how to capitalize on your strengths and how to deal with your weaknesses, I think this is rare, and you've done it very very efficiently. um, for moving forward, let me just say I can still see your fantastic board and your little notes there. So shows how committed you've always been, and your place of study, and the way it has been crafted up. There is something that I remember is a quote on your wall, which was constantly, I think, there to motivate you and nudge you a little bit. There are many who ask why. I told blah. You got to prove all of them wrong, right? That is a beautiful thing that you've put right there to keep reminding yourself. Tell us a little about that. Why that? And you've clearly proved them all wrong. So very well done. Tell us about that.
The point is, ma'am, first, when the starting, I said to my mom that I'm going to resign this job and study for RBI. So at that time, my mom will be having certain circles with her. So when she discussed that, nobody was okay with it. So my mom also got fear that, oh, nobody's telling that they're okay with it. Then how come? What if she didn't clear? All what ifs? What if she
Yes.
didn't do? What if she's 26 already? Again, marriage, again, circle, and everything. So she was very. She was not okay first in the start. She was very fearful that what if that happens, what if that happens, and so things. So that's common. I can purely understand that. So and then I told her, Rama, just trust me one more time. So when after engineering, when I choose banking, in my home they're not okay with it. They wanted me to join an electricity department. So I said, Amma, trust me. Again, I said the same dialogue to her. I said the same dialogue even now. Amma, trust me, please. I'll prove you right. Then she said, okay. After all, it was 2 months. I was talking to her or constantly telling her, Amma, I want to resign and do this, do this. She was like, okay. So even in SBI, few people's they said, I don't think it is a wise decision or something like that. Very few, very few, very few. So then I thought, okay, it's my chance. I have to prove everybody wrong. I have to prove that my decision is right because I know many people who are very talented, who have very high aim, who are very constantly determined, but they're not in the position to resign and to pursue their dreams. So I thought, no, I'm representing that person and I should always be focused and I should prove everybody wrong by proving my decision right. That's it. There were many people who said, no, don't do that, don't do that, don't do that. A lot of people around my mom and my dad's circle, friends of mom and dad. When I just started to say that I'm going to do, she had some discussions with her circle. So there are a lot of people who said, even my neighbor don't know that I resigned. So it was that the case.
Right. That's brilliant. And you did eventually prove them all wrong. And anything, any circumstances with whichever was a doubt, now it's all dissipated. I wish you all the very, very best. You've been so inspiring. Your aim of being able to inspire those people who are afraid of that uncertainty, you have shown them that if you put your all to what you are aiming for, you will be able to achieve it. Congratulations, many, many, many congratulations, Binaya. I hope you have a tremendous career and beautiful growth, and you are able to work for that beautiful aim that you set out for, which is to ensuring that that banking sector in which you've experienced, uh, uh, in whichever way you wanted to improve, with you yourself and the country as a whole, can see a lot of young officers serving like you with good aims and aspirations in heart. Thank you so much for joining us. Thank you so much for being a wonderful student, and all the very best for a wonderful career ahead. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Nice talking to you.